I chose to apply to the CIPG certificate program for a couple of different reasons. The first was some of the best and most, I think, fruitful or rich experiences I've had while pursuing my master's in social work at UNC-Chapel Hill have been interdisciplinary in nature. Prior to the certificate program, I've had the opportunity to take a couple of classes at different schools outside of the School of Social Work at UNC, as well as participate in a graduate fellowship program that sort of drew students from across a variety of disciplines: social work, public health, city and regional planning, the MPA program, and a couple other programs. And I found those experiences to be really educational and really rich in a way that I wasn't getting from my sort of unidiscipline experience within the School of Social Work. I really sort of started to not only value, but really sort of like really crave those other perspectives when we're looking at complex social problems and coming up with solutions and ideas to address those problems. I really do believe and have found through my education and my previous professional experience that it's when you have a diversity and a wide range of voices in the room that you really come up with the best solutions, the most effective problems, the ones that really drill down to the heart of the issue and work from that perspective. So I think the interdisciplinary nature of the program really motivated me to apply. And another reason that I joined the certificate program was because I was getting frustrated with sort of traditional academia and sort of that research to practice gap that I see in social work and in other fields, particularly in helping professions and the social services around knowing what an issue is or knowing what a problem is, but lacking that community-centered aspect, really the aspect where you center the lives of the folks most impacted by the issue. And that's frustrating for me coming from a professional background in early childhood intervention, reading the literature, but then really seeing that a lot of the programs that are being offered as interventions or solutions to problems lacked the input of the folks that would be the ones who needed to implement those solutions. So early childhood educators, for example. And so I was really attracted to design thinking and human-centered design because it really does focus designing and problem solving around the voices and experiences of those who are most impacted by the problem or the potential solution. And I really think in what we're designing in class and in the readings and everything that I've learned so far, you can really see how innovation can come from a user or person-centered approach, which is really in line with my social work education when we talk about person and community-centered approaches to addressing social problems and to sort of creating systemic change that's going to be lasting and that's going to actually have the impact that we want it to have. And then the other piece that I really like is just the agile nature of human-centered design or design thinking. The iterative process is, again, something that I hadn't experienced in academia before. And I was exposed to a couple of sort of human-centered design methods the summer prior to applying to the certificate program. I got to do a little mini photo voice project for a management and leadership class that I took in the School of Social Work. And it really just hooked me on this concept of using creative solutions in a very flexible and adaptable way, and really sort of like the richness that could come out of that flexibility, of that agility. And I've really seen that in the group assignments that we've had in this class, in the capstone class around just our ability to brainstorm and to prototype, and then to kind of just like throw stuff against the wall, see what sticks, see what doesn't, learn from that, integrate that feedback, and then try again. And I really like that iterative nature. I really like the adaptability and the flexibility that comes from design thinking. And I feel like it's very applicable to the helping professions in social sciences in a way that I haven't had an experience with prior to this class, but that really has been motivating for me when I think about my future career and where I'm sort of headed next, and how I could incorporate some of those strategies into my work moving forward in project management and sort of that macro level systems change level space. It's really exciting because it feels innovative, and it feels grounded at the same time, grounded in community and grounded in principles that I think, when applied correctly and when approached with a lens of learning and a lens of unlearning, really could be an effective tool at sort of dismantling some of the systemic problems we have in our country that really do stem from white supremacy. And I can see some of these tools, when implemented thoughtfully and carefully, and sort of when the folks on the design team are doing their own unlearning and learning of their role in the system, really could be effective tools towards promoting systemic social change in a way that is equitable and that is meeting the needs of the folks most impacted by the social problems that we're talking about.